What's going on, all you Minties? Uncanny Omar here from Near Mint Condition, and join me today for an advanced look at the Captain America LivesOmnibus from Marvel Comics. So stay tuned. Before getting started, a huge thank you to David Gabriel and the folks at Marvel for sending us an advanced copy of this omnibus. So this is where it gets tricky, because some of my European watchers, some of my Canadian watchers, some people here in America have already received this reprint of this book. So what happened was the book market got it a week early, so the book market got it this particular week. So the book in the book market came out on March 8th and 9th. And direct market, which is the cover we're looking at here, doesn't come out until March 15th, 16th. So it gets a little bit confusing, especially when we are given certain dates. But I think what's going on is the distribution is still dealing with all these backups that they've had and trying to schedule future releases of books. Not just omnibus, but books that they also distribute. Okay, so I mentioned the direct market, and that's exactly what we're looking at here. This is the direct market cover by John Cassidy. On the left-hand side is the standard edition cover by Alex Ross. So, yeah, in the comments, let me know if you are picking this up, which cover you're going for. Now, let's take a closer look at this book. So, you have this variant cover. For the first time, this particular omnibus has a variant cover. The first printing only had one cover. So, here is what the front looks like with the Eisner Award winner, Best Writer, Ed Brubaker, all in big bold. And then, of course, all his artists that helped him out throughout this particular run. You have Luke Ross, Steve Epting, Butch Guice, just to name a few. And then you have the Captain America Lives logo right there. Brubaker, Ross, Epting, Guice, Hitch, Colin. Nice image down there from Brian Hitch. It's Captain America. The Marvel Omnibus logo up there. And I'm sure some people are already thinking, golly, that is a thin omnibus. It always was. The first printing was a thin omnibus. Here are all the covers. I've always enjoyed these covers right here of this particular collection. In here, you have a blurb up here. Marvel knows the art of the relaunch. Steve Rogers lives. Entertainment Weekly? How are you going to spoil things like that? Dang it. And what's collected in there? The retail of the book is $75. I want to say the original printing, everything is boxed up right now. I'm slowly getting things out, but I think the original printing was $65 if I'm not mistaken. That one came out, oh man, well over 10 years ago, because I think it was 2011. So let's look underneath the dust jacket. Love when they do this. You have the standard edition cover in case you opted out for the direct market cover. The spine is a little bit different. I do believe that is the spine on the standard edition cover. Captain America Lives, Marvel logo. And then on the backboard, you have that direct market cover by John Cassidy. So in case you got the direct market or the standard edition, you have both covers under the dust jacket. I love when they do that. Now let's crack this book open. Talk a little bit about it, because obviously with a title like Captain America Lives, there's going to be a little bit of spoilers, but let's see how well we do and can get through this. And then, of course, check out the artwork and the build of this book. All right, let's go ahead and get this opened. Here we have some red end paper there. Captain America Lives, because, well, it's Captain America. Well, the previous volume was called The Death of Captain America. So if you've seen my... Actually, I did an overview, a retro view of all 5 of these books. So you have Captain America by Ed Brubaker, Death of Captain America Lives, which is considered Volume 3. Volume 4 is The Trial of Captain America, and then The Return of the Winter Soldier is Volume 5. So those 5 books make up the Ed Brubaker era. There are a couple things missing that I hope, if the other books get reprinted, they add to them. By the way, speaking of reprints, don't forget to go and vote for the Marvel Omnibus Most Wanted reprint poll that is going on right now and ends on March 16th. Check out the video for more information. I sounded like a good ad. Here's... Actually, let's go back here, because I forgot to even look at this. Here are all the credits. Sentinel of Liberty, the artwork by the phenomenal Marcos Martin. If you've not heard that name, then I'm not doing my job properly, because he is a phenomenal artist. You have issues 43 through 50. All of this, of course, written by Ed Brubaker, with the exception of issue 600, which is an anniversary issue, and it's wonderful because Ed Brubaker teams up with Roger Stern, Mark Waid, and Paul Dini to tell different stories about Captain America. Then you have the Reborn issues, and then you have issue 601, which has artwork by the legendary Gene Colan, and then The Passing of the Torch, which is a Fred Hembeck story. So this collects issues 43 through 50 of Captain America, and then it gets renumbered again to the legacy number with issue 600. So it collects issues 600 and 601, Captain America Reborn, and then the digital prologue. And the Captain America Reborn series was a 6-issue miniseries. So we are back to Captain America issues right here after that one shot by Marcos Martin. I will say at this moment, I do have to talk about a specific spoiler, but if you've been keeping an eye on the titles of these books, you probably know what I'm going to say. But just in case, I like to warn people ahead of time that don't want to be spoiled for these particular stories. Spoilers. Now, you brave souls that are sticking with me, you already know what I'm going to talk about. I'm going to talk about the fact that Bucky Barnes came back in the first volume of Ed Brubaker's run, known as the Winter Soldier, just reprogrammed assassin, then got his memories back, became buddy-buddy with Steve Rogers. However, in the death of Captain America, Steve Rogers dies, and Bucky says, I'm going to pick up the shield and cowl, and I will become the new Captain America. I know it wasn't that easy or that simple, but if you've not read the previous 2 volumes, what are you doing here? Those 2 volumes are probably the most kick-ass out of all 5 of these. So here we have now Bucky Barnes playing the role of Captain America and still trying to fit into this particular role that, has just been so lived up to by his hero. He was the sidekick in the Golden Age, and then he went away for a long time, decades, and came back, and now he has to wear the shield and the cowl of Captain America. It's gotta be crazy. So I like what Ed Brubaker did through here. There's flashbacks that you'll see, kind of fleshing out the character of Bucky, making him a little more of a badass and daredevil during the time of the Golden Age Captain America stories. Not a lot of those stories that you saw. He's kind of a wise ass in some parts. I like that he's fleshing out the character through a series of flashbacks. You have him fighting Batroc the Leaper. You have him fighting, there's characters from his personal past that come back. But he's an interesting Captain America, and he can never really live up to the name of Steve Rogers. And, I think for anybody reading comics at the time, we were all just waiting it out. Oh, when is, Steve Rogers going to come back as Captain America? Well, there was a series called Captain America Reborn. By the way, a lot of these issues right here are drawn by Luke Ross. Steve Epting does come back and do some. There's Marcos Martin, Butch Guice. And one thing I will say about Luke Ross is very similar to his Steve Epting. They had different styles in the 90s. And then coming back to reading comics, looking at Luke Ross's artwork, he has evolved into a freaking monster. I loved his art during this particular run. And it's so much different than something like the Sensational Spider-Man when he was drawing in the 90s. So we still have some of the supporting cast around here. We still have Sharon. We have, of course, Sam. And we have Bucky. And then they figure out a way that they can get Captain America back. Let's talk about the 600th issue first, though. So this is all broken up into little mini stories. Again, Roger Stern, Mark Waid, and Paul Dini. You have Howard Chaykin doing some of the artwork in there. I believe that's Michael Lark. And yeah, just different stories. You even have the Bucky Barnes. What was her name? Oh my gosh. From the Heroes Reborn era, from the Rob Liefeld, Jeff Loeb era. Barney Barnes? No, what was her name? Oh man. Cannot think of her name at this moment. Steve Eaglesham, by the way, drawing towards the later end. And then we get to the Reborn era. So I know I'm going to get that Bucky Barnes name, the female Bucky Barnes, as soon as I get to the end of this video. That's what happens all the time. Anyway, so the Reborn issues. Here we have Brian Hitch join Ed Brubaker for a 6-issue miniseries about the return of Steve Rogers as Captain America. I'm not going to go into detail about how it's done or why they decided to bring him back, but what I will showcase, though, is this artwork. And one thing I will say about this particular story is this is really Ed Brubaker's way of, even if he was forced to do this by editorial, that, you know what, I'm going to have fun with it, and this is going to be my love letter to Captain America in the Golden Age and Captain America in the Silver Age, and that's exactly how this feels. So let's just fast forward a little bit through here. Ricky Barnes, that's her freaking name. I knew I would think of it. Ricky. Ricky Barnes. Like it's that important. But yes, by the end of Reborn, we have Captain America come back. Our Steve Rogers is now back. Here we have Gene Colan's legendary art style just blessing these pages of issue 601. I loved his artwork in Tomb of Dracula. He's one of my favorite Silver Age artists, and the older I get, the more I have grown to love that painted look to his pencils. Now, as far as the extras, we do have a lot of extras back here. This is a Gene Colan little bio as to who he is for all the young people that are reading these issues, because he's the guest artist. So they're about to learn. But yeah, his Tomb of Dracula, Doctor Strange, phenomenal. Here we have some variant covers by Sal Buscema, Lee Bermejo, Marco Djurdjevic. I'm sure I'm butchering his name. And here's the Quesada. I've always been a fan of this one here. The Joe Quesada variant. So there were a lot of variants for the Captain America Reborn. The Tim Sell variant, Dave Stewart, John Cassidy, Lionel Francis Yu. The book has 560 pages. And again, it retails for $75. There's the variant right there. There's the Quesada variant. And I love this. This is the every single cover of Captain America, even through the Tales of Suspense. Then when so you have the Golden Age, you have the Silver Age in there, and then when it became Captain America, and then when the title changed to Captain America and Falcon. So it's every cover in little thumbnail. I love when they used to do this. They used to do this a lot for like 600th anniversary, or I'm sorry, the 600th issue anniversary, which is a big anniversary. And then of course the flag right there towards the end, and the red end paper. Now let's talk about this binding. 560 pages, not much of an eye there. I didn't have any issue with the book lying down, whether it was towards the front, definitely not towards the middle. And I honestly didn't notice that much gutter loss, except for, you get a little bit of a gutter curve. But this is printed at the iMac printer. So see what I mean by the gutter curve? It's very minimal. Because there are a lot, I know there's a lot of spread pages in this particular collection, so I know they are there, and I didn't really notice that much gutter loss. Now, I'm sure people are going to be asking me what my personal opinion is about this omnibus. Is it as good as the first two? To be honest, no, not really. As a matter of fact, in this one, you might get tired of the whole Red Skull storyline, and you're like, man, can you just kill each other for once and for all? But there are still some amazing moments, and still some of the best Marvel comics that they ever put out collected in here. And that, as they say, is that. If you're interested in purchasing this book, don't forget to check out our sponsor, cheapgraphicnovels.com, your online home for graphic novels and collected editions up to 50% off cover price. They have excellent shipping and prompt and helpful service. Check out their bargain deals for up to 90% off cover price. And don't forget that CGN also takes pre-orders. That way you don't miss out on the hottest releases. And they are currently running a special promotion for you Minties. If you're a first-time customer, after receiving your order confirmation email, reply back to that email and let them know Near Mint Condition sent you their way. They will then apply a free shipping promotional credit to your next order in the US. Cheap Graphic Novels, your source for the hottest books with the kind of deep discount, quality shipping, and customer service that will keep you coming back for more. And that was the content, the page count, and build of this omnibus. Let me know in the comments down below if you are picking it up for the first time, if you have the original printing, if you've never read any of these stories and you were hoping that Marvel would reprint them in omnibus format. Again, don't forget to vote on our most wanted reprint poll that is going on right now all the way until March 16th. In case you are missing the final 2 volumes. This was the Uncanny Omar. If you have any more questions, leave your questions down below. Don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet, check out our Patreon and Spreadshop, amazing ways to support the channel if you can do so. And more importantly, all of you stay healthy and safe out there. Much love.